Sailor the Piper Man, Piper the Sailor Man here. Listen up. I'm smoking a little tobacco. Let me put this down so I can attend to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being brave and being bold. It gets hot and cold in here. I went and just took a shower because it was so humid. It's a nice breeze, but it's very humid here. But I want to talk about something. In Pipe and Cigar, they have what's called the value packs, and I bought some Cavendish with light vanilla. I've had this now for 2 months. Very fruity, mild. You would love this, Tono. It's called the Value Pack. Vanilla blend in it. Value Pack. Goes for, right now it's going for like $17 for 16 ounce. $17 for 16 ounce. That's roughly about $1 an ounce, right? But very fine. I don't have a problem with humidity and keeping it fresh because the whole island is humid, you know? So I just leave it open for a couple of minutes, moisten my hand with water, distilled water, and I go ahead and put it in here. And it goes very well. So I ordered one that's called the Peach Cobbler. It's value pack, 16 ounces, $17. I ordered rum and maple. I ordered a mixture of it's basically Virginia Cavendish based. But I noticed that the toppings of these, it's not heavily topped, and for the most part are mild. And I believe it's put out by Sutliff. And I use these as my go-to. My wife is gonna pick more up for me, and I'm gonna be able to leave it this, put it in here, have about 20 of these. And it's a fine smoke. Yeah, I gotta order some more, man. You know, I have a paranoia. This is random thoughts. So if I jump from thoughts to thoughts, that's the way I think. And you're gonna notice there's like a chain. Like one thought leads to another thought, leads to another thought. That's how I've always looked at things and seen things in a paradigm view. So if I start with an idea and at the end of the idea it triggers another idea and I go into another idea and they say, man, you're going on a tangent. I'm sorry. It's just me. So I call this random thoughts because I'm speaking the way I'm actually thinking at the time. So once I put a pipe in my mouth, anything can happen. I'm smoking a green tea, very good for the heart. Green tea. Green tea. And thank you for those that are responding to my videos. I appreciate it. This is about 5 or 6 of you that subscribed. I got a feeling the tunnel has something to do with it. But all in all, I also post on Facebook And I've got mostly good reactions to what I say. The last post I received was somebody, not a YouTube, but in Facebook. Oh, the person goes, oh, people, pipe groups are not gonna like this. Pipe groups are not gonna like what you have to say. Like if I'm scared. I'm like, what? They're scared. I mean, this is the philosophical group on Facebook. So there's all kind of philosophies. You might like some philosophy. You might not like some philosophy. Hey, I like Nietzsche. I mean, I study Nietzsche. I don't particularly care for his philosophy, but I studied it. I have my opinion. I think the guy was crazy. I think he helped Hitler formulate some of his ideas. And Immanuel Kant. I think I didn't know about those guys. I studied about those European little moco guys, you know. But that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be knowledgeable, even though you don't look knowledgeable. What's to say that somebody, you know, it's like I grew up around a lot of geeks. I wasn't a geek. I was what you call a high school jock, but I wanted to learn. I didn't want to be an idiot. I didn't want to be a dumb jock. So I hung around, you know, nerdy guys. You know, I couldn't get a girl to date me for anything in the world. Now that changed as I became more confident. Through sports, I became confident. I realized I could run fast, I could throw, I could do. Then I became co-captain of my team. And so I realized, wow, when I went out to track, I didn't know I could run until I got on the track. You know? And so, you know, that's how life is sometimes. You don't know something until you try it, or you do it, or somebody forces you to do something you don't want to do. For example, there was a guy in one of my units, 2nd Recon Battalion, who was very low key. Guys picked on him. I'm like, how did he make it to recon? You know, he's so mild-mannered. So usually alpha males are recon. You know, alpha males are testosterone levels off the roof. But he was very low key. He was like the nerdy guy of all of us. You know, he was a technician. Anything that had to do with radio ops, computers at the time, he was the guy to go to. You know, he knew all the specifications of all the small arms. Everything. You know, the physics of it. He knew my job, radio man's job. He knew everybody's job. He was the guy that pulled everything together. He was the guy that was the like in baseball, they call it utility player. He can play 4 or 5 different. I mean, he's not gonna be great in everything, but he could do it all. That's what he was. So we saw him like that. We didn't think he was gonna be. Well, one time, and we went out, and we went to a bar in San Diego. We came out of the Marine recruiting. We came down from Oceanside, California, Camp Pendleton. We went to the bar. We were having a good time, and then some local guys, Chicanos, and other groups out. They were different. There was a mixed group of guys that didn't like the fact that the girls were hanging around us, the local girls. And the reason they hang around us is we had money. So these guys were on one side of the pool hall, and the place was like a sports cafe, but it had a dance floor, So people were dancing, we were dancing, and I'm up by the bar. And I'm the type of person when I sense something's gonna go down, I can see it coming before it comes. So I was telling the guys, hey, why don't we get out of here? Da, 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 da. And this guy, for the first time, said no. Jeffrey. His name was Jeffrey. He said no, he didn't want to leave. He liked the girl that he was dancing with. Why should he leave? So he actually spoke up. We thought he was just going to go along. The guy that I said that was like the nerd, but he was very smart. And he said, no, I'm going to stay. So we said, okay, get her number, and we'll come back later on that night when she comes off work. It was a girl that worked there. So he went, finished his dance, and in the middle of, he tried to finish his dance. In the middle of the dance, the guy got in his face while on the dance floor. And I'm looking at the bar. The bar's got this window and it's got bottles and everything, but I can see what was happening behind me. And I'm sitting there, and the guys are talking. The guys are not even aware this thing was going to go down. And so the guy pushes Jeffrey away from the girl, and the girl grabs the guy's arm. He turns around and smacks her. Oh. Jeffrey became commando. Oh, man. Jeffrey was about 5'11", skinny runt, weighed like 160 pounds, skinny, wiry, muscular. You look at him, you think he couldn't hurt a fly, man. Because he was so mild-mannered, he was nice, he was nerdy, he was a smart guy, intellectual guy. But yeah, you know how some of these intellectual guys can fool you? They're really, really strong guys, even though they're intellectual. And so we underestimated Jeffrey, man. The guy that had pushed him away was about 5'11", but weighed like 200 pounds, stocky husky. When that guy turned around and hit the girl that Jeffrey was dancing with, Jeffrey stepped forward. I had no idea. And the guy turned around. What are you gonna do about it? Jeffrey jumped in the air with a spinning back kick. That was the appearance of Bruce Lee II, man. During the whole time of knowing George Jeffries was about 12 months, almost a year. We had no idea when Jeffrey got off base what he did. We just knew him from on base and everything. This time we went out, we hung out a couple of times. This time we took Jeffrey with us. And this happened. Jeffrey went off with a spinning back kick to the dude's head. The dude fell over there. He stopped and looked at the girl, you all right? And she says she was in shock. She just stood there looking at him like, we were like, oh. The guys go, what happened? I said, you missed it. Jeffrey jumped in the air in the back kick. No way. One of the guys, William George, said, no way he did that. Well, the other guy started coming at him. It was about three. Three was coming at him. Jeffrey sidestepped one, a kick to the rib. He made another move, and he hit the guy with his elbow, knocked him out. He was like, ha, ha. He was like a tiger, man. A tiger. He took all four of those guys. The first guy, the other three guys that wanted to mess with him, he took. And then he made a statement that shocked me. And he said, he tells us, he turns around and says, get me out of here, because if you don't get me out of here, I'm going to kill these guys. He's telling us, like, save me, guys, because I'm about to go to DEF CON 1. Yes, man. Oh my God, we grabbed him and we spread him out. We got into the pickup truck. It took him a while, and we was like, "Oh, Jeffrey." I looked at him. I said, "I'm scared of you, man." What's the moral of the story? Never underestimate somebody, man. Never judge a person by the book of his. No, never judge a book by its cover. Jeffrey was that. He was a monster, man. He was a monster. When some guys react regularly, but when the time of pressure in a crisis situation, some guys are better than others. He's the guy that you want with 2 seconds on the clock to hit a clutch shot. He's got that. Some people just got that in them. They're not fair. They're fearless. And just because, Jeffrey would let us push him in around because he knew we were joking with him and stuff like that. But when Jeffrey decides no is no, no is no. When he decided that no, I am not leaving. I want to talk to that girl. I really like that girl. Okay, man. Cool. We saw him stand up for himself. But when we saw him jump in there and fly kick, you were like, yo, man. And we went and we told the lieutenant. He said, listen, this guy, he's not what we think, man. Don't underestimate him. He said, don't underestimate him. He's one of these guys out there, he could flip out on a mission. Not that he was psychotic or anything like that. But this guy had the makings of one of those thinking mass murderers. I mean, if he ever decided to do somebody, he has the knowledge, the psychological makeup to plan something out like big, So never judge a book by its cover. Never think, somebody, he just works as a post office clerk. He's just stupid, whatever. I don't know if you ever heard the Son of Sam. They thought he was like that, Never judge a book by its cover. Random thoughts. Say the Piper Man, Piper the Sailor Man. That's all I got to say. Whoever's listening, never judge somebody by what they see. True story.